You're listening to a Shockcast original. Shock.
The C Word with Callista.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of The C Word. My name's Callista, and we're here to chat with your favorite online creators. You might know today's guest. I mean, he's only got 5.9 million followers on TikTok. So, Roshann, what's up?
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Thank you for having me on this podcast, Auntie Kalista.
Wow, that's not off to a good start. How are you? How have things been?
I've been okay lah. I mean, MCO has just been really stressful, But you gotta do what you gotta do.
You have more time to come up with content and stuff though, right?
Oh yeah, a lot more time actually. Especially since now I fixed my sleep schedule.
But yeah, so you're one of the most followed Malaysians on TikTok. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels like a privilege, like a responsibility. It's actually kind of scary to have 5.9 billion people watching your content. I'm really happy that I am in a position that I am in now, and I am here to entertain the fans.
I couldn't find an actual official list. Are you the most followed content creator? Don't say any brands or TV shows or anything. Are you the most
on TikTok,
followed?
Malaysia?
Yes.
Like a single creator? Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I believe I am. Yeah, I think I am.
So before you blew up in the US, how many followers did you have from Malaysia? Before the whole craziness happened?
Before I blew up in the US, I actually had maybe 100,000, 200,000 followers. It was hard for me to tell because I kept getting 100,000 followers every single day. So I don't know where they came from. Yeah, I seriously don't know where they came from. Since they come from different parts, it's hard for me to tell where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
I can only rely on the TikTok analytics actually.
But that's insane though. Every single day you get 100,000 followers. Okay, did you always start with this kind of content? Because I know you do a lot of send this to someone kind of content.
No, I didn't actually start off with that. So I do rants, which I still upload, by the way. It just so happens that the most famous ones are the send this to someone TikToks that you see. I sometimes do rants and top 5 worst types of people type of things on my TikTok. And I started off with that at first. When I first started TikTok, that was my main content. I used to do skits and stuff, jokes here and there. And then eventually I moved to the send this to someone thing. And then I noticed that they actually had a lot of feedback coming in from the audience. Then I was like, you know what? I might as well just do it.
When you started and you were doing all this rants, were you worried you were gonna offend anyone, or you were just you know what, whatever?
Oh, I was so worried at first because I have satire comedy, right? So I was scared that I might offend people. So I did an experiment. At the time, a lot of people were interested in hype beast clothing and stuff. So then I was like, you know what? I might as well just make fun of them. So I did. And I expected to get flamed by the community, but I actually got really good feedback from people. I got the green light, so I abused the power, and then I lightly make fun of people. Not specific type of people, but just types of people.
So you chose the right group to start out with, You chose the ones with a good sense of humor.
Yeah, yes, I guess you could say so.
Has it changed everyday life for you? Do you get recognized on the streets or?
Yes, I do get recognized in the streets actually. It is actually interesting because before I did TikTok, I used to hate it. I just didn't like TikTok. Yeah, because everybody was dancing and I obviously don't know how to dance. I'm guilty. During my last year of school, we obviously had to study for our exams. So I was busy with that. And nothing interesting was going on in my life until the first MCO hit. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just start off with my TikTok, and from there it happened. I guess it's kind of interesting because I get entertained by myself and by my really lovely fans. Ever since I got famous, a lot of people have been really nice and sending me merchandise and stuff and drawing fan arts, and it just makes me feel really appreciated.
Has it changed the way people react to you in school and stuff? I know you've been mostly on online classes since you made it big, but has it changed anything?
Oh yeah, it has. Let's just say that when I went to school, a lot of people was new man. they didn't even recognize me because my face changed somehow during after MCO. I didn't look like how I look like now. And
fame.
Then my fame, and they were like, oh, now you do TikTok, huh? Interesting. We have a famous TikToker in our class. And then my teachers, their children watch it, and then I'm just okay. And then my teachers watch my videos, and then I was sweating, I was like, this is dangerous territory. And then
extra pressure.
And I was like, hey, since I'm famous, you might as well give me some extra marks. Obviously, I didn't tell them that, but
Why
But
not?
everybody's reacting. Like a lot of people who I never knew somehow knew me, and I'm just like, I appreciate that. Even though people might not be like interested in the content that I do, maybe because they don't have a sense of humor, but maybe just because they might not like it, they still have the respect, and I'm like, I enjoy it lah.
Did you have, those people who were never nice to you before, but suddenly they want to be your friend?
Too many, too many to count. So many people. I can't name them, but
Please don't.
there are definitely those type of people. I mean, I guess it comes, with like success. A lot of fake people will enter your life. My advice towards people is like, be very careful of who you choose. Like for me, like my main friendship group that I hang out with now are people that I really love and people that were there for me way before my fame, and I just keep that tight and close.
Okay, that's actually pretty good advice, because I feel like when you get into this kind of situation, it can kind of get overwhelming, and with all the different kind of people that do come into your life, it can get kind of confusing sometimes, like what they're there for. Like, are they real or do they just want something from you, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
Especially how it happened with you. Like, it seems like it was almost overnight success. Does it feel that way to you?
Yes, it does, because literally overnight success, because I had 8,000 followers on a Monday, and then on a Tuesday I had 30,000, and then I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
okay. I literally woke up one day and I was just like, let's look at my TikTok, because at that time, like, I was like getting a bit of attention, like few thousand, 8,000 followers, and for me that was like huge, 8,000 followers. I'm like, woo! And then like my views, like for me that was important, because less views you get sad lah. So then I basically looked at it every single day, and then I looked at it one day and I was like, gone lah. And I was like,
Went from 8 to 30. Did it? And I've heard like once the more numbers you get, the faster it grows, right? So how long did it take to get from 30 to 100 and 100 to 1 million?
2 months, like around 2 months.
Wow.
30 to 100 took about a few days, and then 100 to 1 million took about 10 days.
Did you go through that phase where, okay, now you've suddenly realized there's so many people watching, now you're a bit like scared to upload content?
Okay, if I were to be honest with you, no, it never came to that point. But it does get you lazy at some point, because I have over like 400 videos on my TikTok, and I just started like last year. So that would basically mean that I would have to have uploaded every single day. And it was really hard for me, not to create the ideas, but eventually, like when my college started especially, I had no time to do it. But now that there's MCO, I have a lot of free time on my hands. So what I do is I just make drafts and stuff, and I keep it so that I can upload it. I don't want to like make it every day. I wouldn't say it's wasting time, but I would say that it kind of like, why wouldn't you want to like do it all one shot, then distribute, like, kind of distribute the videos throughout the week instead of doing it every day?
That was actually something that I wanted to ask you, like, how often do you post? Do you make it a point to post every day?
I make it a point to post every day, but nowadays I don't really do it, because how TikTok works is they kind of changed the algorithm. So apparently now, because back when I first started, uploading every day consistently was a good thing. But now if you upload every day, it could risk you getting shadow banned, I think. I forgot, because now there's a different algorithm. So now it's like really difficult for you to blow up. As to why like my TikTok growth and a lot of TikTok content creators around the world, like their growth slowed down over time because of the new algorithm change. Because now people are making it harder for you to blow up on TikTok. But it's still possible. It's still possible though.
Okay. And so like we were talking about, like I watched like so many of your videos, right? And you do like a lot of send this to someone content. So are those the ones that typically go viral?
Yes, those are the ones that typically go viral. And I don't know why. I don't really know why. The ones I would say, like my best content that get a lot of feedback from my friends, my fans, are the ones that like I do the rants, like 5 types of annoying people and stuff like that. Even though they blow up, they don't blow up as much as the send this to someone. And I don't know why. I don't really know why.
I guess because like the send this to someone content is like you're literally telling someone send this to someone, you know what I mean? And then create the more chances for you to get on the For You page, I guess.
Yeah, I created that trend actually, like send this to someone. And a lot of people have been like using my sound. And it's pretty interesting because even some celebrities have used it and stuff. And I'm overwhelmed by that. I'm like, oh my God, celebrities using my sound. That's
Who's
crazy.
the biggest celebrity who's shared your...
Snoop Dogg actually.
Snoop Dogg? That
Yeah,
was
he
not
posted...
what I was expecting.
He posted a video of me on his Instagram story, like a post. But he didn't tag me. If he tagged me, life would have been so much better. But he didn't. But he did do that, and I'm like really like, wow.
Okay, and who's the most famous person who follows you?
That I actually don't know.
You gotta go and find out now.
I gotta go and find out actually. I think there's this one Singaporean TikToker that has like 20 million followers on TikTok.
Whoa.
And I think he follows me. He's that guy probably.
It's crazy, like the amount of growth on TikTok, right? Like you wouldn't you would never get this on like Instagram or anywhere else.
You could get it on Instagram, but the thing is, like, I feel a lot of people on TikTok, it's like you are allowed to express your creativity more, you know? That's why
Yes.
TikTok came first and then Reels came later. But even if it's Reels, right, you don't exactly blow up as much as TikTok. So a lot of people still just use TikTok.
Also, like literally the other day, one of my TikToks got like taken down because they said like I was going against copyright. Then, you know, you can like dispute.
Oh.
So in the message box, I literally just said the song is on Reels. And then they put it back up.
Oh, you want to know something? One video of mine had 20 million views and it got taken down.
Oh
But
my God.
when I re-uploaded it back, it got 30 million. So I was like, okay, you know what? Fair enough.
it worked in your favor, lah.
Yeah, you can take my pride away, but it's fine. You gave it back.
But how do you come up with like the content? Even like, okay, it's such an easy video concept, right? Send this to someone. But you got to think of send this to someone what? Like, how do you decide what you're going to...
Sometimes I do send this to someone that I don't like, send this to someone that you hate. Sometimes I do send this to someone that you love. And when I do the love one, nowadays, recently, the love has been getting more engagement than the hate. And then I'm like,
Wow.
I guess people love each other more than they hate each other. So, I mean, great lah. I at least, yeah, surprise. So it gets more engagement. So I just decide from there lah.
Okay. Because I saw once send this to someone to annoy whoever, and I'm like, that's actually a pretty good idea because it probably would annoy someone when you send it to them.
Yeah.
Okay, like for your rant videos especially, like you always do this thing where you're just walking around your house, taking your sunnies off and on and on.
I'm in my room actually. This is where I do it. Yeah, I just walk around my room. And it's a very small room. So that's actually why I walk actually. It's because it's a small room. Psychologically, if you walk more, you think of more ideas. I realized that because I tried sitting down and doing it and I can't do it. I just don't know why I can't do it. My ideas just don't come in. But when I walk around, I just like think like, oh, okay, I can do this, I can do that. But I just think about it on the spot while walking. So it's kind of like, you know, whatever works best for you. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't plan what you're going to say. You're just like, let's see what comes.
Yeah. I never plan it. Only sometimes I plan it.
Okay. And you just answered my question saying like you do it in your room, because I was going to ask you, what do your parents think of you walking around the house just talking to yourself?
Well, at first, they hated it. But then when I blew up, they were like, okay, at least you have a reason for shouting lah. I mean, I thought you were mad. But, you know, my grandma actually thought that I was scolding like someone on the phone, you know. And she was like, are you okay? You're fighting someone, is it now? And then I'm like, no, I'm just doing a TikTok video. And then they were like, what's TikTok? I know, I'm just doing this on this app. And at first they were like, you know what? You're actually kind of funny. But I don't really think that they knew what TikTok was. So then they didn't really hype me up at first. Even my dad was like, okay, TikTok. But then when I got like a lot of people noticing me, then he was like, that's my boy.
Well,
you know?
I think the main thing is now you can earn money from the app, right?
I have something to tell you. So basically, earning money from the app works two ways. You either earn it from the TikTok Creator Fund or the TikTok sponsorships. You get sponsored by different companies and whatnot. I am not in the Creator Fund because I don't want to be, because they have like a budget, right? So if you go inside, you get paid based on the amount of views. So what TikTok does is they unfairly kind of decrease your views when you're in the Creator Fund. And I don't want that. So
also, it's not available in Malaysia, right? I heard.
No, it's not available in Malaysia. I don't think so. But they did make this TikTok Creator campaign where you can get sponsored by different companies. Like it's easier for companies to reach you via email, SMS, all that stuff. But I just put my email.
The TikTok DMs, like the problem that I'm having with it is like, if you are not following that person, they cannot DM you.
Yeah.
So how would brands like DM you, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why that feature is there so that you can like, you know, ask for collaborations and stuff.
Interesting. So that's like a creator setting or?
Oh, it's called TikTok Creator Marketplace. That's what it's called.
Okay. So do you have to be invited or can anybody be a part of it?
Oh, you have to be invited. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be invited.
Okay. So you are part of that?
Yes. A lot of Malaysian TikTokers are actually a part of it.
Interesting.
I believe that there's a limit. Like, I mean, I think there's like a entry requirement, but I forgot how much it was, how many followers. I think 100,000 or less. Maybe I don't know. Something like that.
Okay. So that's how you're making money, and then your parents are just happy. They're like, shout all you want.
Oh yeah. Basically. Yeah. They were like, it's interesting, you know. I never knew I could earn money at such a young age, honestly.
Well, that's the magic of TikTok, right? Like this random app that suddenly has taken over all of our lives.
Yeah, random app that somehow took over all of our life. I never expected myself to, because I never watch TikTok. I don't watch TikTok at all. Literally never use it. Sometimes I just watch a few videos here and there, but most of the time I just make TikToks. I don't watch them. But a lot of my friends watch TikToks. They're like crazy over TikTok. And when I got famous, they were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" And I was like, yes.
Wait, so you're telling me that you do not spend any time on TikTok other than when you are uploading videos?
I think out of all the apps on my phone, I think TikTok is the least used app. Oh, actually, no. I mean, I can't say that because I use it a lot to record myself. But if you're talking about using to scrolling, no, not really, actually.
Wow. So,
I never use it to like watch videos.
So which other social media are you usually on the most?
I am kind of lifeless. I use Instagram and sometimes I just don't use social media. I instead just use Discord and Skype with my friends while playing video games every day.
Okay.
That's basically my life. Yeah. And we do it from like morning, then afternoon, night. And as the days pass, sometimes my mom and dad just get angry with me because I don't reply their WhatsApps and they think I'm ignoring them. But it's not the case. That's not the case. I just don't use my phone,
So now that it's like MCO, you can't go out and meet anyone of your friends or anything, like you just are not in touch lah.
We are all in touch through this app, Discord. That's how we communicate. We just call and play games together.
Okay.
And that's about it actually.
Okay.
Then sometimes I'll use Instagram to reply my fans and stuff.
That's actually another question I wanted to ask you. So you look so different on Instagram. Is there a reason that you stick to a certain look while you're on TikTok, or was it just...
On Instagram, I don't like posting my videos on my feed because there's something called Reels. So then I basically just upload Reels on my Instagram. I've recently started doing that because I feel like that's literally the best option, So yeah, basically I do upload Reels on my Instagram because, I guess that's what it's for. But I don't really upload it on my page because I don't really know how to answer this question because a lot of people have asked me why I don't do it. I'm just like, I don't know.
You like
and my friend said that
look of the grid maybe?
Yeah, I like the look I like the feed, I would say that but if I don't really get that famous on Instagram, it doesn't really bother me because I feel like, I'd rather get famous on TikTok more because, I'm already millions into TikTok. Like I'm like, what, 45,000 plus on Instagram. I could grow it more actually. I don't really know how, because if I keep promoting my Instagram or my TikTok, I feel like that's going to lower the algorithm and stuff. So I don't really want to touch that. So I guess I'll just plug it into my videos somewhere around the line.
I guess it will spill over anyway, right? Like before you started blowing up on TikTok, how many followers did you have on Instagram?
About 2,000.
So it grew alongside TikTok, just not as crazy lah.
I think it's because I didn't exactly promote it a lot. I promoted it once and then I was getting mad amounts of followers every day, and then I was like, this is great. And then after that it just stopped, but then it stopped at a comfortable amount. I'm actually okay with 45,000. I'm like, you know what, it's a good amount.
How did you promote your Instagram on TikTok?
I just literally just said, hey guys, follow my Instagram, and then I gave a lecture as to why they should follow me, and I was like, if you don't follow me, slap me. I'm not like that, but I just said that they should follow me because I will upload my videos on Instagram. So sometimes I upload it on my stories, sometimes I upload it on Reels.
Last question. Is there a secret that you could share to people who are still trying to go viral? Or do you think
it's a secret to share?
It's like luck or...
Oh, honestly, it really depends on luck. It genuinely does depend on luck. I have so many friends that have the potential to become TikToker because the way that they talk, the way that they communicate, the engagement with different people, they have the potential to become so viral, but they're not. And even though their content is really funny, I find it so hilarious, they just don't blow up. So I feel like it actually has something to do with luck. I honestly really got really lucky.
Do you think hashtags work or...
Hashtags do work to a certain extent because if you actually look at some creators' videos, they don't put hashtags at all and then they just blow up. But that's because they're really, really, really famous. They have 20, 30 million followers. But for me, I put hashtags because I feel even if I did have the 30 million followers, putting hashtags kind of does increase the chances. But I have never tried not putting hashtags and seeing where I go from there.
Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know whether you know, there was this trend where people were just using this one sound and they were like, oh, no hashtags, no nothing. It's literally not content.
Yeah.
You just use that sound and then you'll blow up. And then some people did, some people didn't.
The reason that one blows up is because of the sound, not because of the hashtag. Because now that sound has gained popularity, when people click the sound, they can see so many videos under the slot. So then they can just scroll through the videos and watch them. And that's why it gets a lot of engagement and views.
Okay, so there's no secret sauce lah.
There is no secret sauce actually. But you know what? Just do something really funny and be yourself, do some comedy. I feel comedy is the easiest because dancing, very few people know how to dance lah. Especially me.
I'm in that group, don't worry.
Yeah.
Do not
Me
know how
too.
to dance. But I'm curious. So, okay, you're like doing comedy TikToks and everything, but like, what are you said you're in college. What are you studying?
I'm doing A levels in college.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's very difficult. But I am taking chemistry, biology, and psychology. Pretty difficult. Not gonna lie, it's really hard.
That sounds
But
difficult.
yeah, it does. A levels, tough.
Okay. So are you gonna, when you go into like uni and it's gonna be more serious and everything, are you gonna step away from the comedy side, or what do you
Oh
think?
no, I'm never gonna step away from the comedy side. Never gonna quit TikTok. I built this platform and I'm gonna stick with it till I I turn 70, 80 like that. Because I really like the idea of having TikTok. Because a lot of people are really supportive, and if I just went away like that and stopped, it would impact a lot of people. Like a lot of my fans would be so disappointed. So I can't just go away like that.
I think that's the really like unexpected side of social media, right? Where you impact someone's life like positively, and it's not just, you're not just there for a joke. You're there as an
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
exactly.
inspire a lot of Malaysians as well.
Yeah, a lot of people like really. I didn't know that a lot of people were actually inspired by me in a sense where they would actually want to shout in their camera. But they really like it. Just blows my mind how people are like so attracted by my content. And then I was just like, gotta do what you gotta do. Even some schools have actually hit me up and asked me to give a speech in their school, and now I'm like, well, what am I going to teach the students? Like shout out. and then they're just like, to inspire people, like during this MCO you were like one of the people that can actually say that your life improved during MCO and not actually.
It's
Yeah.
true. Well, thank you for joining me, Roshan. If you're not,
no
if you
problem.
don't know what his content is, you somehow don't know who he is. I find that hard to believe. Go follow him and his journey on TikTok and Instagram. Is it the same?
Oh no, it's not the same. It's Roshann 111.
Okay, and
I'll
then
follow you later as well.
on TikTok.
It's Roshann1.
Okay, I
Yeah,
know there's one there. You just type in ROS, honestly, you'll come up. I did it. Yeah, you'll come up. So if you
Oh
want to
really?
find me,
Oh. I didn't know that.
and if you're listening to this, let me know if anyone has ever sent you one of his send this to someone videos.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Auntie. I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to calling you Auntie. But thank you so much.
I am
Kalista.
so sad.
That's fine. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
The C Word with Callista.